Hello and welcome to Daniel's Infinite Playlist, and welcome to our first album review. It's my premiere album review, if you want to say so. And why am I dressed so fabulous today? It's because of the album that I'm actually going to talk about, which is a very I'd say it's like the first masterpiece of 2019, and that's, of course, Tami T's album High Pitched and Moist. Now, if the name doesn't sound, awesome already, then, let me just explain why I really like this album. So, listening to this album was mostly like this. And so why do I call this album a masterpiece? You just have to see like from everything, like on how it's created, like it's very detailed and richly produced, beats and synth sounds, and even the album cover, which I'm going to show right now. Here's the album cover, which is made by Eero Lampinen. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce her name right. Anyways, you gotta check out his art because he does really, really beautiful stuff. And it's a perfect album cover and all of that. But now more about the music. The music, well, it changes between, like EDM style beats, and, it's very synthy. So you're very, like, it's both an album for, like, having a crazy night out and dancing, but also it's an album for introspectiveness and, just feeling, very meditational. So it's both a very upbeat and happy album, but it can also be very, very sad. And sometimes even very, 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 very touching also in some ways. And why do I say that this album is so important? Well, it's important because I think it details like a lot of how the trans experience is. How it is to be a trans person, and the different insecurities and all of that comes to being a trans person. I don't think I haven't heard a lot of albums that have exactly described this in such a naked light, which I really do appreciate. I'm not a trans person myself, but I can really see how this album is can be very important for trans people, and that you can find something to empathize, and that you can find something important yourself. Even if you're not a trans trans person, you can still find something, and understand just how it is for other trans people. And I think that's very important, and I'm so happy that this album exists, because even the lyrics are very, just like naked and raw, which I really do appreciate. There are not so many singers today that detail stuff so candidly, sex, dating life. It's a very now type of record. It details like digital life. It even mentions like blocking someone's phone number. I think it's really, really amazing. And what I really appreciate the most is like when she sings, like her Swedish accent is a bit apparent, which I really, really do love, and I think it's very charming, just like with me. So yeah, what do I give this album? Well, I give it a 9 out of 10, which is, it's a very masterful album. It's one of the first masterpieces of 2019, and I really do hope that this album reaches more people out there, because I think it's worth giving a spin and a whirl. And you know, it's an album to dance to cry to, and you know, it if I'd give an analogy to what it's like to listen to this album, I think it's kind of like, you know, being with a friend, and you know, and you can listen to this friend, you know, talking about his or hers or their problem, and you're just there, and it's amazing because yeah, you feel that you're being with someone that you love, and that's what this album is like. So yeah. This is the first review of Tami T's album High Pitched and Moist, and as always, I'm gonna put the link of the album down there, to all the streaming services and the buying services, and also to their page and all of that. So please give the album a listen, because it's a worthy one. It's really amazing, and it's and I think it's gonna be one of those albums where you just look back upon and you just think that, yeah, this is freaking legendary. Oh, and one thing as well, this album is not released in physical format as of yet, but it's available to buy everywhere. So yeah. And if you like this review, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Oh, enjoy music, enjoy life, people. Hej då!